Howdy y'all, you got the Bulldog on the channel. We got another Toyota. This is a big four-wheel drive Tacoma. And we are checking out right now inoperative AC, but most likely we're going to find much more because this thing has been in a wreck. The customer says this light bar does not work anymore. Turn signals don't work, four-ways do. And the AC is inoperative. It's the control circuit. I've already checked the clutch. The clutch is good. Power in the fuse box is good on both sides of the relay. It just doesn't have any set signal to the relay. And the button does not light up inside. It also has blower motor problems. It only works on high and it doesn't blow out much. How much of this is related? I figure most of the wiring problems are related to the wreck. The blower, I'm not too sure. Most likely it's got a plugged up filter, but everything else probably going to be electrical. This thing was wrecked last fall or last winter. Just got back last week. So that's when he found all these problems. Were they caused by the wreck? I don't know. Were they caused by the repairs from the wreck? Who knows? We got to dig in there and find out. We first have to kind of have a starting point as to, you know, making sure that we don't have blown fuses or anything like that that's causing all this. All the fuses up here are good that I've checked. So I'm going to hit the wiring diagrams, see if there's any commonality at all. It's a starting point. All right, we're at the wiring diagrams here, and you get an idea of what doesn't work. Then you go to your wiring diagrams. Now in the air conditioning, it has two different fuses that power the circuit, and then it's got another one that powers the gauges. Well, guess what? One of them powers into the relay. I have power there, so I know that fuse is good. The other one powers the modes, and we noticed that the modes only blow out the feet. That kind of blows out the panel, but it's like it's stuck in between. Well, the turn signals don't work. In that deal, it had a arrow going off to one side on the air conditioner deal. That means it goes somewhere else. It just doesn't say where. So I get into the power distribution and take a look at what we got. Ignition 1 fuse right here, and it goes to the turn signal flasher. It goes to the shift interlock, which does not work, and then backup lamps. Don't know about them. This is where it is really imperative to have good wiring diagrams where you can go in there and kind of narrow this stuff down. I'm going to go check this fuse because chances are it's blown. Why is it blown? I don't know. We'll find out. That's a neat little idea. You got a cubby hole right there, little door, cubby hole. But you pop it down, pops it out. There's your fuse panel back here. I don't like being back in a hole like this, but it's so much better than being down here and pointing straight up. And you gotta stand on your head with your feet hanging over top of the seat, trying to work underneath there. You see, you can make things a little bit easier by thinking ahead. Not to say you will, but you can. Okay, according to our handy dandy little deal on the back side of this cubby hole, ignition 1 is right there. That means it's the one in the dark right there. Let's take a look and see. Got power on that side of it. And we're dead on that side of it. Oh no, I don't have a fuse. Look at that freaky looking thing. Well, I can't tell if it's blown through the camera. Yeah, it's blown. Well, I don't see a reason why them things have to be flush mount. I got a regular 10 amp here. Well, it didn't immediately blow it. And we got power now. And we got turn signals. Start it up. And we got AC. Get the idea anyway. That solves some of the problems. Why did that fuse blow? I don't know. It does hook into the backup lights, and I see some dents in the back of this truck, so it's quite possible that when we put it in gear, it'll blow the fuse. Oh. I put it in gear and it did not blow the fuse. Shift interlock works now. I don't know, it's a mystery, but it has something to do with what they did whenever they worked on it at the shop or whenever it was wrecked. Letting you know that upon further inspection, they had two different sets of tail lights, one side to the other, on this truck. So most likely, when it got wrecked, one of them got smashed, shorted out the backup light fuse, shorted out the backup light circuit, which was what blew that fuse. I couldn't get a really good story from the customer, and they don't exactly know what the shop did, but in all likelihood, that's what happened to that fuse when it blew. No point in that thing running all the different systems, but it's just how they decided to do it. We'll see what comes of this. I think, well, there's that aftermarket light bar up there that's inoperative. That most likely has nothing to do with this. We'll check on that next. Okay, Sicko scavenger hunt over. I have made that light up. I followed the wires back since it was, fairly easy, fairly open in there. Followed them back to this relay right here, and I crossed these two over and our light lit up. Now these wires here go inside right there. I found that wad right there. It plugs into itty bitty little wires that run up here, and I kept following this wire, and it fed clear down into here, and I pulled on it and dug this thing out. Look at that. It don't work, but there's the switch. Now I don't know why they decided to make this a button switch like this. He had it Velcroed up here, as you can see. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna need a rocker switch, peel this off of here, put a rocker switch in here that's lighted, and cut these wires and run to it, and there, fixed. No more fight. Since the other was just a fuse so far, I think we got a little bit of leeway to work with here, and since the light bar we know works, that fixes all of his problems. So we're gonna get that done. Okay, we've got this little rocker switch here, lighted rocker switch, and we got this knockout here that goes in there. I'm gonna cut the center of this out with a Dremel and make this switch fit in it, make it all look stock. Okay, we got this old switch out. It unplugs. All I'm going to do is just cut this wire off, cut and strip back on the wires. I got these little terminals here. They're the little narrow ones for this switch. And we'll solder these to this and slide some heat shrink up over top of them to, you know, keep them isolated from each other. I always pull off these collars because I don't like them. Okay, right there sets. And it works. So, yeah, we'll send this one out. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell notification, share it all around. We'll talk to you later.